was in New York, in Brooklyn, and I saw a hawk eviscerating a pigeon on a lamppost. And the hawk was taking feathers and throwing them into the air. And the feathers were like a snow globe kind of floating all over Brooklyn and onto the people watching. And the longer I watched, I realized that the hawk was so nervous, which I told myself was both stage fright, which is funny. I had never thought about a predator as vulnerable. And while this predator is eating this slain animal, it is also in a space of total vulnerability, with everybody watching it, with it being compromised, looking down. It was like a grain that started exploding in my mind of the predator as deeply entwined in the prey as the prey is entwined in the predator, and in a type of interdependence. The idea of the two rooms is really meant to be in contrast to one another. It was important for me that the viewer is lulled into this idea of minimalism, the miniature, something very rhythmically the same, and as they walk down the stairs, there's this explosion into an immersive space that is, whereas upstairs would be prey as a verb, something that we prey on. You move down the stairs and become the prey, which in English is the noun, and everything is looking kind of at you. At the beginning of the show, you first entered the gallery, and what you first see is these boxes in a perfectly straight line. In each box, the first face is the fourth wall, much like a theater, but it also is a reference to American, New York specifically, architectural design. We have these huge brand new buildings popping up everywhere where entire walls are glass, where one from the outside can see everything in someone's intimate life. I also wanted to make this room a logic game. The construction of each box is the same. It's 4 pieces on the side and 1 piece on the back that are cut to the exact same dimensions and pieced together like tuck, 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 tuck. And the only thing that's changing between each box is the orientation of these 7 different pieces that I used. And so here, the main feature is this slatted metal box. Here it is going up and down to make the bars of a jail. Here it is turned just once to make these slats of a vent, and we have another scale change with the rat. It gets turned again, the entire box, and it becomes fluorescent lighting, kind of like the gallery. It turns again, this same piece just once, and it becomes window blinds that are very typical in American homes. And then it gets shifted again, and it becomes a grate, and that this would be like a grate of a subway or a grate of a city space where often pigeons are roosting. And then as the viewer approaches, or as we approach, there's a blossoming of detail. So this is a scene in which I wanted there to have a feeling of a closed narrative. There's something happening, but you don't know the details of the event. We have this man at a table with 2 cups of drinks, and then we have a woman at the door and a very important telephone. And I wanted it to be like there is a drama happening, but there is no specifications of what kind of drama. Many of the scenes around the room each have their own mysterious drama. Sometimes I, as the artist, don't even know what the drama is. I really try to keep it the same sensation as eavesdropping, where you can sense a feeling or an emotion in an interaction, but you have no idea the details of it. So the show started with this piece. I was thinking about the predator not as this evil carnivore. Once I finished it, I was like, what's missing here? Like, what is almost like too human? And I realized that I was thinking about it, predator and prey, as a binary, and that I had to push that further. And with that, I added this tiny ant, something that is creeping in, like red ants can attack things much larger than themselves. So instead of it having a relationship that is binary, it has one that is more circular and rotating. As we move around the room, all of the cattails are looking in at this scene, which is like a central dramatic moment. I wanted it to be a kind of a reflection of what I experience in parks and nature, that if there's a drama happening, the entire environment is aware of it. This show is made up of a multitude of details that are very intimate to me. So each bird and each rat are made with really thinking about their own unique emotion or unique personality. So we have one that is more demure, a tiny bird that seems very angry, and then moving towards this bigger bird who has sort of this surprised gaze, and going towards the dogs. This one, I really wanted it to feel like it's just woken up and it doesn't yet know whether it is a predator or a prey in this moment, and then moving towards the smallest and most intimate dog who has also just woken up and is both afraid and perhaps aggressive. You know, where it's that moment of that I think we can see in a lot of animals where they don't know if something is unsafe or safe, or to flee or to react. I really wanted it to be that specific moment of confusion. I realized that I had trapped myself in my own type of human impulse to make it like a kind of human narrative. So I really challenged myself to think about, like, how do I create like a multiplicity of narratives? So I tried to have it always many narratives that can unfold at the same time, and it's up to the viewer to see which one is there, to experience which one is there, or experience many at the same time.